Hello everyone, Ollie here from 𝕼𝕧𝕚𝕚, and finally here with episode 7 of Peacemaker Season 2. Now, this is a bit awkward for me at this moment of time because it should be up now, but I'm actually uploading the episode 6 review only now, today. You'll see, if you've watched the video by now for the review for episode 6, at the very beginning I just literally recorded the intro to that video. And I just explain why it's taken so long to be up, and it's due to university and also some family personal issues that's happened. So I'm not going to get into it, but that's my reasons why videos have been slow recently. So but hopefully this video will be up at the same day that I'm recording it, which is obviously October 4th. But anyway, only a day late. I got spoiled on Instagram again, like with episode 6, with obviously episode 6 being seeing Lex Luthor having a cameo in it, but with, I'm not going to say what it is for this episode. From what I saw, I hope it's not true, just from the quick glimpse that I saw. I don't know who's responsible for fucking uploading spoilers for an episode a day after it's aired. Just fucking ridiculous. Like, you shouldn't be doing that shit. At least I think so, anyway. I don't know. I just, like, not everyone can watch an episode the first day it comes out. Me, sometimes. But anyway, stop doing that shit, whoever's responsible for it, and sort your shit out. Anyway, as you can tell by my voice, if you didn't tell in the episode 6 review, if you've not seen that, my voice is a bit sore and shit. So I've been taking these cherry cough sweets. They're really nice. I'm not trying to eat too many, but they do soothe my throat, and hopefully soon I won't sound like this. But anyway, but yeah, episode 7, named Like a Keith in the Night. And the reason why I'm kind of hesitating now is because the spoiler that I think I saw, that I'm dreading to see in this episode, is to do with Keith. I think it was Keith. I mean, it's got Keith in the title, so I'm guessing it's Keith. Something to do with Keith. But yeah, this is going to be interesting, this episode. So, I mean, I am looking forward to it, but I'm also not, because I don't know what the fuck is going to happen, other than the one spoiler that I think I saw. But I hope it's good. I mean, so far this season has been really good. It's probably better than season 1 so far for me. But it's all subjective, of course. People have different opinions. But anyway, I don't have too much to say, other than obviously, you know, at the end of episode 6 being like, what the fuck, with the whole Sons of Liberty. You know, obviously, Adrian #2 saying that obviously he hates Peacemaker, and that's the you know, he's actually joined the Sons of Liberty, which I didn't know who they were at the time, and I found out they're to do with Earth X or something, and the Nazis. Like, I didn't expect the Nazis thing to come up. Like, you know, the whole not seeing any people of colour other than obviously white people, the only race there were in that, you know, in the office bit. Like, everyone could notice, a lot of people could notice that there weren't any other people of colour other than white in the office, and I didn't even notice that. I don't notice that kind of thing, like those little nitpicky things. Like, I just watch the whole thing, like the story. I don't go for I don't like saying it, woke agenda and stuff. Like, I don't look at that. I look at it for story perspective, characters, and all that kind of stuff. But I did see some reaction videos to that episode, and everyone was like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. And I was just like, it came out of nowhere for me, which in a way is actually quite effective for me. So anyway, I'm scared, but I'm also looking forward to this episode. So I don't have much else to say, other than let me watch it. It's about half an hour long, this one. It's probably the shortest episode so far of this season. I keep saying series, it's bloody season. But anyway, God, okay, alright, I'll see you guys on the other side. never gets better, does it? Yeah, so episode 7. Another really good episode. Obviously, spoilers ahead. No spoiler-free stuff at this point in time in this season, because this is like, it's kind of hard not to. But obviously, watch it if you haven't yet. But man, oh man. So the spoiler that I thought was it. It didn't happen, but it almost happened. Also, I'll get to that bit when I talk about it, but I'm not going to break down the whole episode, which obviously I did do earlier on. If you've seen the other reviews on this season, I'm going to try and be as simple as possible, and obviously talk about the things that I do want to talk about rather than everything. So, God, there was a lot going on in this episode. I usually forget what happens at the beginning. So, obviously, Ads, Daniel Brooks' character, I finally remembered her name. Ads is obviously, running away from, the people that were chasing her at the end of episode 6. And then she runs into a judo master, who obviously ends up walking into the portal, into the other dimension, which we were uncertain about beforehand. I think it was in episode 5, I think, that happened, and we didn't see him for a whole episode, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember now. It's obviously been like a week or so ago now since maybe even 2 weeks. But anyway, so obviously he goes in, and then we actually see him, and he saves Ads, and obviously she's quite questionable about it, like, why did you save me? And obviously, it wasn't fair, I guess, is what he said. And, he seems cool up until the end, in which, obviously, he's actually working with, he's still working with, Argus, which I should have fucking known that. Anyway, where do I start? I've already started, but where should I continue? Adrian 1 and 2, except Thing 1 and Thing 2 from Can the Hat. So obviously Adrian number 2 obviously says that, obviously he joins the Sons to Liberty, who obviously he reveals that obviously is part of the Nazis, and in fact the Nazis won World War II in this universe, in this dimension, which I was like, god damn, okay, I mean, that makes sense, I guess. But yeah, imagine living in a world where the Nazis actually won. Oh, fucking hell, imagine. I don't want to imagine it, but we kind of already got an example of that. And then the other part was obviously, I think it was John Economos, got attacked by Augie number 2, Chris's dad and Keith's dad, stabs him in the hand and ties him up, which we see in this episode, and he's pretty much tied up in the chair in the house throughout the majority of the episode, up until when Chris and Amelia come up and obviously come up to him and obviously try and escape, and then Augie and Keith come in, and Keith's obviously desperate to kill our Chris, because obviously he killed his Chris, Chris number 2, and obviously Augie, obviously their dad, he was just like, no, he was just like, no, he kind of just stopped everything and was just like, you know what, rather than obviously killing Chris and the others, he just said, alright, well, tell me what the hell's going on here. And obviously Chris does tell them what's going on, tells him obviously killing Chris number 2 was an accident, and obviously Keith had none of that and was just like, I'm gonna fucking kill him, and obviously Augie's just taking revenge and gonna bring back your brother, Chris number 2, and obviously that's true, and he obviously ends up almost killing Chris, But the others up at that point, which was obviously Adrian 1 and 2, alongside Amelia, John, and Ads, who basically gang up on him and try and kill him, but because of our Chris was like, kind of freaking out because obviously of the events of season 1, where he obviously killed his actual brother, Keith, when they were kids, and it was just like, no, fucking stop, like, he just wants to stop it and just try and make up with him, like he doesn't want him dead again, which he almost was dead. We were kind of led to believe that he almost died, but he seemed to survive despite this episode. So I'm guessing in episode 8, aka the finale episode, I'm guessing that there'll be a big brawl between Chris and Keith, and whether or not one of them will make it out alive, if they'll make up, I have no idea. Which is why this finale is going to be crazy. The way they've set it up. Obviously, the guys go back to the OG dimension, and obviously the Argus team, a lot obviously with leading Rick Flag Senior, who obviously tracks the house because of one of Lex's kind of gang members from Superman, helped the Argus team track the portal, which was where Vigilante's mum's house was, and yeah, obviously now they're ganging up on that house, and just as they're ganging up on them, obviously the guys come out of the house and they arrest Chris, and we don't know what's going to happen with the others yet, because the end of the episode is literally when Chris has been put in the car and they drive off, and that's where it ends. So I don't know how this is going to end, this series, this season, but again, I'm kind of looking forward to it, but I'm also dreading it because I literally have no idea what's going to happen. Man. Oh yeah, and obviously the Augie from the other dimension, gets killed by Vigilante, Adrian. So yeah, Adrian kills Augie because obviously of he thought obviously he was a Nazi. I'm guessing it was our Adrian, because obviously we couldn't tell at the time because obviously they're wearing the same outfits. I'm assuming it was our Adrian that was killing him because obviously he knows that that his dad was evil in the old dimension, so he was just like, shit. Obviously John was tied up and he thought they were trapped and they were going to get killed, so he, out of pure panic, I'm guessing, Vigilante killed him, or Adrian should I say, and obviously that's a bit sad because he actually wasn't a Nazi. He didn't like any of that shit apparently, but Keith kind of is. He is kind of he advocates that kind of thing, but Augie is just like, no, like, I was worried that we were led to believe that he was actually a Nazi, but he was kind of nice to his sons. I don't know, it was weird, but yeah, it's sad that Augie died again, I guess, but and I was worried that Keith was going to die as well, but to be honest, it's a bit of a weird situation, because at the end of the day, he still kind of is, racist, I guess, and homophobic or whatever, well, from what we were led to believe. But anyway, I don't know. We're gonna find out properly, hopefully, in episode 8, the finale. So, yeah. I don't know what else to talk about. There's probably things I haven't mentioned that I probably should have, but there's only so much I can say. So, especially with the voice that I've got at the moment, where it's really so. I don't know what else to say really. But it's a good episode. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Again, like with episode 6. I don't know what I gave the other episodes, but I gave him probably like a 7, 8, up to an 8 out of 10. But last two, this one and episode 6, I gave out a 9, so I'm going to give this one a 9 as well. So there's probably things that, again, there's probably things I've missed, but there's so much again going on. There was like all this stuff happening, but yeah, I don't think there's anything else to talk about, like, that I can think of that's wanting me to say. I don't know. Yeah, sorry guys, I know there's not really much else to say for me, but yeah, 9 out of 10. Well, I say I'm looking forward to episode 8, but I'm worried. I'm so worried. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll hopefully see you next week for episode 8, the finale. Finally here for the finale. Alright, cheers guys.